My name is Gina Miranda. My traditional name by the Mayan calendar is Kambalam Oshlahum. And I'm going to talk to you about the constellations. The Maya civilization obviously was started by looking at the stars. The basics, for my own understanding, is the basics of even the writings and the Mayan glyphs derived from observing the stars. So you can say there is cosmological civilization, something that came from the heavens when they look at it and try to incorporate that in their daily life. So I think that's how all this system of constellations started. And basically, probably the writing system started by trying to exemplify what they saw in the sky. We have a series of constellations in the sky. We can talk about the first one, which is Image. Image is located in the lower part of the Virgo Western constellation, the legs of the Virgin. And the main star of this image is the Arcturus, which is the pointy part of the tail of the alligator. This is the cosmic alligator. Image represents the beginning. Image represents dance, beauty, flowers, mirrors, stuff like that. Different translations from books. And then after that, we move to the next one, which is X, which is the jaguar, which is the next constellation, and that's located between what is Virgo and Manik. Kind of an empty space there, but that's what X is. It's supposed to be the moon, or the house of the moon, or the jaguar of the night. It's related to sometimes teaching and stuff like that, for attributes for people there. And then we got Manik. Manik is the whole constellation of Libra, Western constellation of Libra. The Maya saw a hand drawn in the sky. And the origin of this hand goes back to the Popol Vuh, the story of the hero twins that got his hand cut off in this combat with this monster that he was dealing with. So the hand was left in the sky forever, and it becomes part of the constellations and one of the glyphs that is part of the Mayan glyphs of the calendar. After that, we have the Ahau, which is represented by the scorpion, which is interesting because a lot of the cultures around the world identify the same constellation as Scorpion. Chinese and other cultures also, in the Westerns too, they saw a Scorpion in there. And the main star in Scorpio in a how is Antares, which is for the Greeks against Mars or something. For some reason, Antares is kind of red, so they thought it was the fighter against Mars, which is red too. They thought. So, and then from the how, which is the Scorpio, we move to Ophiuchus, and that's the Ben constellation for the Maya, which represents justice. With Ophiuchus, I gotta mention that in the ancient times, the Westerners had this constellation for a long time, and then they got excised of the astrology science because it was number 13, and that didn't mesh up with Vatican I, which is the 12 apostles, so they had to excise that constellation and disappear. So there's a big gap between what is the Scorpion and Sagittarius because the religious didn't like this 13 number. So, but now they're using it again, so they're trying to incorporate the 13th sign of the zodiac. This 13th sign is what it makes the constellation of Ben, which is like a bench in the sky where the Georges used to sit. This constellation is interesting because it's in the verge of the Milky Way, the thick of the Milky Way. And in the ancient stories about this is you get judged when you go to the underworld and stuff like that. And this is like the entrance, one of the entrances of the underworld. And the black hole, the center of our galaxy, is sitting at a divided point between Ben and Sagittarius or Kimio. That's the next constellation. It seems like they knew that thing was there. Because, they represent the entrance to the underworld like a cave, and now the black hole is like a cave, so it seemed like they knew something. And then after that, we enter to Sagittarius, or the Maya was Kimi Oak, which is like a little thing with the two ears upside down kind of a thing in a tail, a representation of the wolf or the dog, sterilized. And that's the glyph of oak, but it's called a Kimi because it occupied both parts of it. And after that, we continue with Kawak, which is the constellation that is between Sagittarius and Capricorn. In that space, we get Kawak. This constellation has like a little tree in a cave with a little, so this is the other entrance for the underworld from the other angle. So you got a little cave with a little torch in the center and an X. The X, I don't know, I haven't figured it out what the X means for them. I kind of have an idea, but not sure. And then after Kawak, we enter what is called the Ev, which is a constellation that represents the head of the hero twin. Then the purple book got his head cut off. So it got left in the entrance of the cave that goes into the underworld as an example for nobody else to come and mess around with the underworld people, So then after Ev, we got Chikchan. Chikchan is the celestial serpent. And it's the head of a serpent that is coming down with the mouth open. It twists up, goes high to the Milky Way. And all these constellations are in the ecliptic. It's in the paths of all the stars, the moon, the sun. So apparently in the sky, all the moon, the stars, they go in the mouth of the serpent, so they get swallowed by the serpent. It's a cosmic serpent. The Milky Way is representative connection to spirituality and stuff like that. And then after the Chikchan, we get into the Esnav. Esnav is kind of an obscure constellation, doesn't have too many bright stars that you can see with your own eyes. So from that one, which is represent like the arrowhead, the axe, the knife, those kinds of things are represented in the snab. Or T-Jax, if you use the other translation from the Quiché.